of Zachariah Branch, one of the most dangerous men in the nation. There he is. Almost took a punt to the house last year. Elliot Nimrod will kick it away. Utah State won the toss and deferred, and they will hang it up for Branch, and he's going to bring it out to start this home season. And he gets cut down. Good coverage by Utah State. A big play from Bronson Olivao, and here comes Miller Moss. A little confusion for Utah State defensively on the first snap. It's Woody Marks to take the flip, and he's got a big chunk of 8 yards on first down. A back and forth nail biter less than a week ago. Short week for USC, but Woody Marks looks fresh on his first 2 carries. Movement, flags, and Miller Moss won't get a free play. But we know an emphasis early this year, sudden movement, trying to draw.
Before the ball was snapped, false start, offense number 4.
Back to the ground. Big hole. Marks, big gain. And Woody Marks across midfield. And he erases the penalty with a 32-yard pickup. Moss's first throw, right on the money, Jacoby Lane, and he's got a first down. Quinten Joyner's come into the game to spell the running back Woody Marks, and Zachariah Branch has also come in on offense for USC. First down. Here's Joyner, patiently waiting to bust through the middle of that Aggie defense on this possession for the Trojans. Back to the ground, and Joyner with a couple. So far, the Trojans have got a clear view of it all. Moss, middle of the back of the end zone, too high for Lane.
Over the linebackers, in front of the pylon. Oh, and those are those massive mitts. 5X gloves from Jacoby Lane, almost making a highlight reel. Kind of like what might be normal now for USC, these one-handers.
He's trying to do his Kyron Hudson.
Yeah.
So 3rd and goal. Here comes pressure. And it's dropped. Lane couldn't squeeze it, and he can't believe it. Made 2 last week, missed from 29, but he drills this out of the hold of. Now Michael Lance will kick away to Jalen Royals and Kyrese White. This will be Royals letting it fly, and we mentioned him in the open, but Bryson Barnes, he took over in the middle of last week's game and helped lead Utah State to a win. And here he throws on first down, complete to Jalen Royals. And the running element's very different than you might otherwise have prepared for. Here's Royals again. He gets 1 block, and a flag comes in.
Personal foul, blindside block, offense number 60. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, first down.
They're one of the fastest teams in the nation last year and last week running plays. There's Royals getting a chunk back. Rasul Faison, the running back, and he bounces it outside, and in 2 plays from 1st and 25 into Trojan territory. Faison looking for somewhere to go, and he finds a hole to at least get positive yards.
The quarterback is faking it. Is he going to keep it? Is he going to give it? That is a big challenge when you're trying to play downhill.
Barnes, good pocket, and he throws it through the hands of Otto Tia.
As he shows blitz, they often punch out of this.
They bring it. Trouble. Faison on the check down, and he can't get away from Easton Mascarenas Arnold, the transfer from Oregon State. And after Utah State got some chunk plays, the sophomore for USC, so dangerous. There was a punt last week that almost went the distance, but he fair catches this. 70 yards rushing on the first possession for the Trojans. A lot of it by this guy, Woody Marks. And he gets a good chunk on first down.
Hands to the face, offense number 79. Half the distance to the goal from the previous spot. Still first down.
Here's Marks. Boy, he has looked good so far.
Behind the line of scrimmage the majority of this ball game.
Moss, patient. Lake McCree goes up to make the catch.
This is an adjustment by Lincoln Riley. The safeties are so deep from Utah State, so we said, all right, can we get our tight end behind the linebackers in front of those extremely deep safeties? Perfect touch from Miller Moss.
Lake McCree, the big return. Last week he tore his ACL just before the bowl game and was able to come back and have his best game as a Trojan in Vegas. Here's Marks sliding through for another first down.
Against the Trojans than he has all season.
Moss, pressure, got hit.
Make them work it all the way down the field.
Moss, quick throw, unattended is Kyle Ford, and he picks up 13, 14 yards for USC. Here's Joyner. And he breaks away from two tacklers. Miller Moss lead blocking. Joyner down the sideline, and he gets shoved out inside the 10. Lake McCree is beside Moss in the backfield on one side and Joyner on the other. First down and goal. Here's Joyner running behind McCree and stepping in for a USC touchdown. We talk about physical defense. How about the physical ground game? Michael Lance on for the point after. Third possession for Utah State as the dangerous Jalen Royals goes in motion, and they get it to him, but off his back shoulder, he's able to at least turn upfield. Rasul Faison, and he gets stood up by Kamari Ramsey. Third down and 3. Play clock low. Barnes, pressure, and it's broken up for Zachariah Branch. Nimrod, used to punting at 5,500 feet at sea level, he forces 8 first downs to Utah State's 9 offensive plays in this first quarter. Miller Moss, long throw to Zachariah Branch, get him in space, slip away from one, and it takes 5 to bring him down.
They know the desire to win, and they know the capability they have.
Moss, good pocket. Lake McCree sticks it right in his hands. And another big pickup for the young man. You see that big knee brace on his right leg, Yogi. The officials letting Utah State substitute. Moss looking, loading up. Deep shot, Makai Levin, and it's knocked away by Avante Dickerson, the transfer from Oregon.
What is going on at USC with Miller Moss? He's very cerebral. That is his unique trait.
Woody Marks. And this will make it third down. Movement, flags, Moss, and it's intercepted through the hands of Lake McCree. Ike Larson, if it stands, with his second interception of the year. 35 yards on the return. A lot of movement up front. It looked, Yogi, like Utah State jumped.
Offside. Defense number 9. Enforcement of the 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Well, it's 3rd and 6, so it's 3rd and 1 after the 5-yard penalty. Woody Marks, first down.
It is an incredible honor in that peristyle in. The history is so thick.
Second quarter begins with Kyron Hudson's first touch of the night, and he breaks it for a first down. Can't have enough guys like him. That's what Lincoln Riley told us about the guy that had the 2 best catches in college football last year. A big hit from Omari KK on Woody Marks.
Down here in the red zone for the Trojans, this is truly all about execution. Remember the first drive of the game, they drive all the way down, don't come away with points, have a drop in the end zone, have to settle for a field goal. What do they do now with McCree in the slot? At the bottom of the screen, a tight end flexed out.
Jacoby Lane dropped a touchdown on that first drive. You know, he'd love another shot. Here's Lemon, and he jumps forward. Another first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
How about the athleticism of Mason Murphy, the right tackle? You'll see him, number 76. Got to jump right out. Watch him right there. Watch him just have the athletic ability to turn upfield. And you see the weapons. Here's Hudson. And then it's Lemon. Who's it going to be here? Whose turn is it now?
Deuce Robinson comes into the game, wearing number 2 there at the bottom of your screen, along with Zachariah Branch.
At 6'6", he's a 6'6". He's a pretty good weapon.
Motion to the top. Moss looking. He goes for Robinson, and he can't bring it down. Good coverage again from Avante Dickerson.
Dickerson, the transfer from Oregon. They motion him across the field, a little angle route, trying to throw it up towards. That's a nice job. The defender just staying on him, tangled up a little bit. The goal there, you throw it towards the goal post. Let that 6'6" wideout go up and get it.
Flag. Did Utah State just get flagged for some sudden movement on the defensive line? Let's see.
Abrupt and discouraging signals defense. By rule, this is penalized as delay of the game. Defense on number 10 and number 95. Half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
Again, there's a new emphasis. Watch the defensive line this year. And the question is that, you heard abrupt, is it unnatural? Is that a natural? You're allowed to stem, Yogi, but.
Yeah, that one to me, I'm curious why that was called. I get it if you can move your hands. If you go from one hand down to the other hand down, they'll call that. Not sure if that may have happened on that snap.
Moss, Branch, and he drops it. And nobody wants him. So give it to the running back. He earned it. Woody Marks with the touchdown. Woody Marks, you just saw the number on the screen, averaging almost 9 yards a carry. Lands to kick it away to Royals, and he will let that fly. And the man with the field view. There's Bryson Barnes trying to throw, and he does. He connects with Royals, and that's a good play on 1st down. A good point there by Red.
Good Jalen Royals at the bottom of the screen.
Barnes will check it down to Brock Lane, and that's a 1st down for the tight end. They really wanted to manufacture more touches for him tonight.
Well, I like the concept. He and Royals on the same side of the field. See if they continue to do that. Again, you're seeing a lot of exotic formations tonight from Utah State. Kyle Cephalo, their offensive coordinator, former wide receiver at Colorado. His 1st year calling plays in this system, but tonight it doesn't look like it traditionally does for Utah State.
Well, you asked for it, Yogi. They do keep Lane and Royals at the bottom of the screen together. Barnes looking elsewhere. Pressure coming from the back, and he'll just heave it out of bounds. Jamil Muhammad was bringing the heat.
And to me, that's an MA, a missed assignment from Bryson Barnes. He had a chance just to play pitch and catch to Royals. It's easy to the bottom of the screen to the short side of the field. He's got to just take what USC is giving him right now. Right, SC, they're going to play their defense. They're going to try to make it look like a lot, but it's not going to be a ton from a package standpoint. Remember, Mason Cobb is not playing. We have not seen Jalen Smith tonight either at the cornerback spot. SC's playing majority zone coverage. Find those holes, see if he could live to 2nd, 3rd, and short.
Anthony Lucas flushes Barnes out, and he can't get enough on it, trying to get the ball to Grant Page. Greedy Vance there in coverage, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Okay, now this is the athleticism of Eric Gentry and the strength of Lucas. Watch those two right there. Lucas wins underneath against the tackle. Gentry goes over the top. Nothing doing for that offensive line against the athleticism. And here on a 3rd down, if I'm Danton Lynn, I'm bringing it again. Got Bear Alexander, fresh legs in a D tackle on the same side of Anthony Lucas right there.
0 for 2 on 3rd down tonight so far. Here comes heat. Muhammad got there late. This is Herschel Turner diving for the sticks. Looks like he's going to be short. You think you got it, Yogi?
No, I think they're going to go for it if I'm Utah State. And they've got to be aggressive here offensively. USC has done whatever they've wanted throughout the majority of this game. I think these are opportunities. If you're interim head coach Nate Drelling, you say, okay, let's go for it. And who am I going to? I'm going to my best wide out number 1, Jalen Royals at the bottom of the screen.
4th down and 4. 5 wide. Anthony Lucas comes free, and he causes the incompletion, and USC takes over on downs. 7 completions to 6 different receivers so far tonight for Miller Moss, and he's going to throw on 1st down. Plenty of time. Lake McCree turns around and then has it punched out, and Utah State recovers it. DJ Graham. Rasul Faison. You know, Yogi, one thing we've not seen a lot of, Bryson Barnes running the football tonight. We know it's a big part of his game.
Yeah.
But,
well, a huge part of it, I think, is that it's a really long season, right? They need Spencer Petras to recover from that ankle injury, and I don't know in this game if you want him to have 12, 14 carries when you know what is out in front of you at that position and within your schedule. So you want to pick and choose your moments. You're right, we haven't seen one, and right now, if you're looking at the edges of USC's defense, like Anthony Lucas right there at the bottom of your screen, number 6, they are charging down. It's a good opportunity to keep one here.
Barnes. There's Jalen Royals, who takes 1 and then 2 big hits from Easton Mascarenas-Arnold and DeCarlos Nicholson and holds on.
It's a little sit route. Ball's thrown high right in the zone. I mean, they've been trying to get this area all game long. And how about the physicality? Easton Mascarenas-Arnold. He and his brother transferred from Oregon State. Their impact has been felt from the moment they walked in the facility.
3rd down and 1.
Look at this formation. 4 right out to the top of the screen.
And here's the first run of the game for Barnes, and he takes a big pop from Eric Gentry after he picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, that's the right time to do that. We were talking earlier in the drive. There's a shot for him to pull it. That's just a simple QB lead run. The formations from Kyle Cefalo, the offensive coordinator at Utah State. They want to really challenge USC. Why do you do that? Well, if you make one guy miss or one defender overruns a gap, then you have an explosive play. Here's another one. Look at the wideouts. Look how split, how wide they are, stacked on one another, both at the outside the numbers.
Quick throw to Royals. And they can't quite get him tunneled upfield as Easton Mascarenas-Arnold comes up for the tackle. Pick up a 5.
You're really stressing the gap integrity of USC's defense when you have formations that are so wide and you stack wide receivers, and you really got to play inside out if you're the Trojans. Fortunately for USC, Easton Mascarenas-Arnold, he's so detailed and disciplined as a linebacker. He knows his route, his responsibility, fills that hole after a short gain.
Robert Briggs, the star running back for Utah State, also injured last week and not available today. Pressure coming. It's Gentry who hits the quarterback Barnes, who got it out to Faison, and he might have lost a yard there, 2 yards in fact.
It's such a physical front 7 for USC. You're wondering where's the pressure coming from all the time, and then all of a sudden you got that massive wingspan, 7 feet 1 inch from Eric Gentry. And you might be sitting at home saying, hey, that's got to be an accurate ball. Well, imagine somebody that big with a broomstick in front of you.
Or 2 broomsticks. So now it's 3rd and 7 after the loss of 2.
Keep an eye on Gentry right there. Lined up over the guard, number 18. You just got to be aware of where he is.
Here's Faison. And he gets tackled by Jacoby Covington, the first man there, reminiscent of the defense last week that seemed to make a ton of tackles. That's what the problem for that Trojan defense last year was.
And a big part last year was their secondary missing tackles. And how about this guy, the transfer from Washington, playing his best football, trying to stay outside the whole time, force him back in to his teammates. He's got such length, see him track that outside hip. Does a nice job of just corralling him, and then all of a sudden, there's that man again. Eric Gentry has been all over the field.
Stephen Kotzenle on for the punt to Zachariah Branch. And a fair catch at the 39.
Also talked to Robert Woods, said amazing the way he went up with that one-handed, really got the team going. And I'll finish it for you here after this play.
All right, first down is a handoff to Woody Marks out to the 45 red. Keep going.
All the time. Lincoln Riley told us he's the most natural catcher on the team.
This is Makai Lemon with Deuce Robinson blocking out in front. Wow. Woody Marks, trick play, flea flicker, back to Moss, wide open Lemon, and he can't hold on. Ike Larson recovered and broke it up. In the Logan area, takes a lot of pride in being a Utah State Aggie. Here's Marks, blockers in front. He takes a big hit out at the 40, and it's a 3rd down and 2, and now a flag.
Abrupt and disconcerting movement, defender number 8. That penalty we applied, enforced as a delay of game penalty, defense, 5-yard penalty. That penalty results in a first down.
Okay, so here's the deal. You can't change hands, and that's really what it is. See number 8 there right on the edge? Right hand down, then left hand down, then right hand down. That's where it's going to get called all season.
Zachariah Branch with half the defense chasing him. Gets away from one defender, leaps another, and he's got another USC first down. Brian Jackson has come into the game at running back, and there's Jay Fair with his first touch. Brian Jackson, the freshman, his first career carry, and he gets carried for the first down. Same formation. And back to Jackson. USC hasn't changed the formation, Yogi. Back to Brian Jackson, and he gets stonewalled by Clyde Washington.
On offense, Zachariah Branch at the top. I'm feeding one of those two because it's man-to-man across the board.
3rd down and goal. Pressure coming. Moss to Branch, and he gets stopped. And it was really a whirlwind for him, he told us, learning all the names of offensive players. He was the defensive coordinator. Lance on for the field goal, and he's got it. So Utah State forces. I mean, what a place to watch a football game. Here's Jalen Royals to try and get the Aggies into field position here.
During the return, holding return team.
USC in those power rankings, if you believe in those, they just keep climbing.
They go to Michigan in 2 weeks. So no timeouts for Faison, and this is a big chunk on first down, and he gets out across the 35 to the 36.
That's the biggest play of the night for this Utah State offense. And I'm thinking after that penalty, okay, just run the ball, get out of the half, okay. Don't give the Trojans the ball again. Get an explosive play, and now you're moving.
Barnes, good pocket that time, batted and picked off. Mascarenas Arnold, he's got it down at the 40. And USC add-on. Here's Woody Marks. Hey, Rhett, what you got? Have integrated right into this defense, Yogi. Like Gavin Meyer, Mascarenas Arnold. Here's Lake McCree, who's having a career night. He's going to add to it.
Holding. Offense number 6.
So 2nd and 11. Moss setting up all the time to hit Woody Marks for a first down. Pass catching running backs in the country. Now he can run. And he churns down to the 15.
Are they playing man coverage?
This is Branch. And that's well defended by Utah State.
It's definitely a challenge when you're trying to capture a guy like Zachariah Branch, though.
Moss, right on the money. Marks got a block, cuts it back, and he's got a first down. No more first downs to stop the clock. Woody Marks over 100 yards in this game. Moss looking back at the end zone, and Robinson couldn't bring it down. Here's Makai Lemon. He's got a blocker, cuts it back, and leaps into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. He wears number 7 to honor his mom. Her birthday is on March 7th.
See if you can get a score here, because at some point you got to take a couple shots here to try to get back in this thing.
All right, after a brief delay for the power outage, Barnes is going to hand it to Rasul Faison, who falls forward for 5 yards. Here for Utah State, trying to get something going. First touch of the game for Kyrese White, and he's got a first down.
Trying to create a clean picture.
Barnes. That's incredible. Here's Barnes, and there is Brock Lane, the tight end. A first down for him. Faison dancing away, but Bear Alexander wraps him up around the ankles, and up top it's Braylon Shelby.
Program, and I think as the season progresses, his game will continue to emerge.
This is the furthest Utah State has been into Trojan territory, and they're going backwards now. Eric Gentry with the sack. Barnes gets stood up. Jamil Mohammed. Barnes, pressure, and he gets dropped by Kamari Ramsey. Ball came out incomplete. 1st and 10, Miller Moss, Quinten Joyner the back. And Moss is going to keep this, and he gets across midfield. How about that?
I imagine Caleb's asleep in advance of that first start here.
Moss, nice touch. There's Quinten Joyner, and he cuts it back. Joyner gets a first down for USC, still churning. High snap, but Moss handled it. Joyner, stiff arm, and he gets a pickup of 5. I mean, they've got balance with the run game. They've got receivers coming out of their ears. A talented, maybe young at spots, but a talented offensive line.
Well, I think that's the point around USC all off season. There was
3-man rush. And there's Jacoby Lane. Brian Jackson, who got a few carries in the first half. Speaking of youngsters, a freshman. He's wearing 85 for USC. And he's blocking in front of Quinten Joyner. And a great block by Walker Lyons. He and Elijah Page helping clear the way. He stays in the game with Cade Eldridge, the other tight end. Moss almost intercepted. That got jumped by Ike Larson. Wait, Ike Larson smells the football like a receiver, doesn't he?
Ike Larson is having a heck of a game. The captain, watch him just drive on this. He saw it the whole time, and Miller Moss lucky that is not pick 6 going the other way.
He's a high-level player. He's belonged on the field tonight, there's no doubt. 2nd down and 10 for Moss. Wants to throw. And he's got Cade Eldridge, who's able to hold on and get the first down. Remain in the game for USC. 1st down and goal. Joyner. And on his back that time, Gabe Peterson. Pistol formation for the first time in this game. Joyner. And he steps in. 2nd touchdown of the night. Michael Lance remains perfect on the operation with Hank Pepper and Eddie Czapleski. ...229 rushing yards for USC.
they check the box on effort against LSU. It feels like they're checking the boxes on the other 2 pieces tonight. And that ability to communicate that message, guy, is something that Danton learned when he was in the NFL and had an opportunity to get nominated to be a head coach for the East-West Shrine Bowl, where he got a chance to learn how to stand in front of the team, communicate the message, and kind of help them understand what he was trying to ask of them, and that's really helped him in this coordinator role as he made the transition to college.
I know, Yogi, you talk to a lot of coaches about Danton Lynn. You talk to a lot of people about Danton Lynn. What stands out about him and how he's been able to get things seemingly turned so quickly?
I think the thing that really stands out, honestly, is how he teaches. When he first got to UCLA, just the pragmatic approach. When he first got to USC, like the springs aren't give him everything, give him the whole playbook. It's no, let's just do one thing really well, then 2, and then 3. And when you talk to players, they say he always has a why and an answer for the reasoning behind the call, and then what to do, what you must do in certain calls on defense, like right now on a 3rd and 6.
Barnes pressured and sacked. Akili Arnold and Devin Tompkins combining to bring down that Aggie quarterback. And here's 4th down.
I mean, just imagine playing quarterback right now if you're Bryson Barnes. It looks like pressure. They only bring 4. Braylon Shelby drops to where you want him to throw, and coming off the edge was Mr. Arnold, and inside out was a guy with a huge ceiling in Devin Tompkins.
They're loving moving him around a little more this year, aren't they?
Yeah, he's played the end, he's played the tackle, he's played over the center. He and Braylon Shelby, that is going to be a duo for quite some time here.
Zachariah Branch really hasn't had a good chance at a return yet tonight. And he's cut down here after a very short return by Kyrese White. Moss's night is done, and on comes the transfer from UNLV, just a redshirt sophomore from Pololo, Hawaii, handing it off to Quinten Joyner, and Jaden Mayava comes in with a very impressive background, Yogi.
Yeah, and a really impressive story around his quarterback growth. He didn't have a dream at 6 years old like Miller Moss did of playing here at USC. He didn't start playing quarterback until he was a teenager. Didn't have a private coach, 3 different high schools. Eventually found his way, and he has made a huge jump in this quarterback room since the spring.
Fumbles that snap, but then picks it up. Stays cool, throws it downfield, and did Kyle Ford get his hands underneath it? Yes, he caught it. 1st down. Great highlight there. And let's go to Big Ten Studio Update with Ashley Adamson. Wow, how about that, Yogi? Mayava's going to check it down to Walker Lyons, the first career catch for the freshman. A big moment for him. A long road back after that injury his senior year of high school to start it. And then, Yogi, as you mentioned, on a mission. And here he connects for Jaden Mayava's 2nd completion as a Trojan.
Well, you see his athleticism in the pocket. That's what allowed him to success last year at UNLV. Remember, he was a commit to Georgia, and he just started rethinking it. Said, I really want to play for Lincoln Riley. I want to play in this system. I want to play at USC. Came here in the spring and just really committed himself to this system all off season.
Touch pass to Brian Jackson for a couple. Yeah, this is not Mayava. This is not some unproven talent here, right? He was the freshman of the year in the Mountain West last year, a winner. Took UNLV to their most wins since 1984 and their first ever Mountain West title appearance.
Yeah, I think he's just scratching the surface. You look at how he's developing in that quarterback room. So Miller Moss understands how to be a backup better than anybody. So the tutelage from him to Mayava is phenomenal. And I gotta say, I love the bloodlines. Kaluka, his uncle, used to play linebacker here for the Trojans back in the day.
Brian Jackson on 3rd down and short, able to churn and pick up the first. I mean, you know, we saw the photo of all the Heisman winners. You think about all the great quarterbacks. You've been in those quarterback rooms, right? You start talking about legacy. That is Caleb, right? Miller Moss behind him, Jade Mayava behind him. And now you start building something. Guys learning from guys and passing it on.
I mean, that's how it was when you think about Carson, and then you think about Leinart, and then you think about Castle was on the bench, and then he went to the NFL for over a decade, and then Booty, John David Booty, and then Mark Sanchez and Matt Barkley, who's here tonight.
Brian Jackson. Well,
Won
how
the
about
Heisman.
Sorry to interrupt, but the guy in the back right in the shadows.
Yeah.
Walker Lyons gets tied up.
And it's a historic day here at the Coliseum. Not only is it going to be a nice win for the Trojans, but Reggie Bush, Caleb Williams, the torch.
This is Jay Fair trying to get to the edge.
With players that we think can help us. And if guys keep playing well, they'll keep playing them.
Mayava dances away again. Mayava trying to make magic. The path is clear, and he scores a touchdown. The first of his USC career. 41-0.
Declared for the draft.
It's another touchback.
Yeah, guys, just to add on that, Yogi, with what you're saying there, I mean, it's kind of the evolution of this program a little bit, right, with what Lincoln Riley has done from year 1 to year 3. Remember, year 1, we were seeing a bunch of freshmen.
Either getting the right guys in the transfer portal or developing the right guys through high school.
I have to tell you something. Playing in the Coliseum, what's cool just being in the Coliseum is really cool. That's incomplete. You know, we'd love to get free. This is way up in the air. A pop-up out to right center, and it bounces out of bounds.
I think they're going to scare a lot of defensive coordinators as they enter conference play in 2 weeks.
Mayava steps up and bullets a throw out of the reach of Jay Fair.
Of that position group.
Amarion Peterson gets his first carry.
Offensive line, tight ends, of course, Marks in that running back room.
Mayava throws, and it's broken up.
Everyone who's been coached by him just raves about the detail in which he challenges you with every single time out on the practice field.
Eddie Chapliski to punt it away. 229 yards and a touchdown, 21-30. That's 70% completion after the first punt of the night for USC. A flag before Utah State can start its possession. USC tonight has 8 scoring plays to Utah State's 7 first downs.
What is flawless is how he approached the craft amid adversity.
Kyrese White with the catch, and he's got a first down.
I'm going to go learn. I'm going to go compete. He could have easily decided to dip. Coached by Lincoln Riley. Coached by Cliff Kingsbury.
Third down here for Barnes. Long throw, and Kyrese White can't find the ball.
The kid who grew up dreaming about playing here. It never was, and now look how it's playing out.
It was amazing talking to his mom, Emily Kovner-Moss.
Delay game, kicking team, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
She was just so, she said, I'm just so proud of him. Every time I started bringing up plan B, plan C, he was so steadfast in his belief that this was the right, being with Lincoln Riley, being with Caleb Williams, this was the right place for him, and that he would find his way, his patience would pay off.
And it has. And you know what? It's amazing to look at that Elite 11 photo. Look at Branch back here, see if he can get loose.
Branch not forcing the issue either. He's patient. And the delay ends. Everyone's back on the field, and here we go. Jade Mayava on the move, and he throws complete to Charles Ross, the transfer.
No lights being on or minimal lighting.
That's Brian Jackson. So what question did this team answer as Mayava connects over the middle with Jaden Richardson. His first career catch as a Trojan, the transfer from Tufts. First down and 10. Back into the red zone. And Richardson can't hang on there.
In the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
He's from Northern California, so you know this place means something to him. It's a strong run there from Marion Peterson.
Yeah.
But the history says it's not that easy, even though the accomplishments are there. Here's Walker Lyons with the catch, and he stays on his feet. I mean, those numbers, as impressive as they are, and they're so impressive, have been piled up by a small number of coaches here.
Yeah, and I think definitely during a 9-year window under Pete Carroll, a guy that Miller Moss was able to connect with this offseason at the Elite 11. Coach Carroll came down and helped out the staff a little bit. And, you know, Miller, of course, was going to practices when Pete was there. But from 1980 to now, if you take out the Carroll era, there's only been 6 seasons where SC has won 10 or more games. And that usually stuns people, and it should. A lot of talent all the time, but to put it all together, not as easy as I think the nation thinks it is here in LA.
Including 2 years ago when Lincoln Riley did it. Peterson stays up and gets in. Amarion Peterson, the redshirt freshman, with his first career touchdown. You think they got something here?
I think they got something here. And I think once they get it going.
This is the Big Ten's Hollywood premiere, right? We've had both Oregon and Washington have played at home. UCLA has not yet. They're on a bye.
Whether that is the transfer portal, how to identify the right player, not just the one that wants to come here who's talented.
This is Herschel Turner, the freshman, with a big carry. First down. Ball's out. Was it a catch? If so, it's recovered by Colby Bowman. National champion or coach of the year? He did both twice at North Dakota State.
And then Doug Belk, who was the defensive coordinator at Houston. Like the trajectory. Again, we said it in the beginning, the foundation. It's a foundational year. The foundation is set.
Colby Bowman just had that big fumble recovery with his first catch of the night. Miller Moss's sister, we learned, is going to Stanford. She's at the game tonight, Addie, but she's on her way there. Quarter system, so they'll start later this year.
When you're looking at the playoff or a run to the Big Ten championship game.
Herschel Turner, another nice carry and staying on his feet.
And I go there, guy, because of the defensive front. And this defensive front, we're looking at some depth right now.
Under 3 minutes here as Utah State's trying to get onto the scoreboard for the first time. Rhett, let's go down to him on the sidelines.
Yeah, guys, you know, talking about the depth, especially on that defensive front, I think it's so important to mention that they've got guys that have versatility in their frames. I mean, we talked a lot about Anthony Lucas, 6'5", 275. There was a conversation this summer, maybe we put some weight on him, move him down inside. But they love the fact that he can still do that with his size, his strength, and his athleticism. So you can get guys like Anthony Lucas, can shove him down a little bit, put Braylon Shelby out on the edge, have them on the same side. It gives Danton Lynn so many options, Yogi.
Whoa! Come up and make a play. Cameron Fountain, the true freshman. This is an Under Armour All-American early enrollee. 3rd down and 9. If you're thinking about a shutout, Utah State is in field goal range, but flags to blow this play dead.
Ball start. Offense number 56. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's Cole Moats, the left tackle. Coach, NFL head coach of the Chargers. He's with the Buccaneers now. He starts his the Commanders now. Starts his season tomorrow. Danton, a name he picked up when he was already a couple years old. He told us the story. It's well, because he had a nickname and his mom didn't like everybody at Texas Tech, where his dad was playing football, calling young Anthony Bubba. Good run here from Herschel Turner, but he gets turned back, and that may push, we'll see, Utah State to the verge of their field goal range here after the penalty and the loss of 6. They are going to bring Elliot Nimrod out. This is just a little beyond where they said they'd be comfortable kicking, but inside of the max range. Now remember, they don't know exactly. He was making from 52 this exact distance in warm-ups, but they're used to kicking at elevation in Logan. To try and break the shutout. And that is no good. He had the leg, but Danton Lynn's defense keeps the 0 on the board. Jake Jensen, the third-string quarterback, in to take the kneel. I do want to, just because USC, they're in the headlines, they always are. They're only getting brighter lights now. Lincoln Riley goes, hires Danton Lynn. People try to figure out how to say his name. A lot of people are saying Danton, which he told us, yeah, that's actually not wrong. Danton means of Anthony, right? Anthony's son. He said, but my parents are from Texas. So they took the Italian and said, we're going to make it Dan. Well, how about this, right? Big win over LSU. They move up from 23 to 13. They come home at the Coliseum. The Big Ten era begins here in Southern California. And they left no doubt. They left no room for AIR for this Utah State team tonight.
I think in the 3 years that Lincoln Riley has been here, it's early. It's early September. This is the first time it feels as though it's not hype. It's real. Right? In year one, you didn't know. You didn't know. They caught lightning in a bottle. Schedule help. They had the best player in the world in Caleb Williams. Year two, they struggled. Right now, again, I keep going back to a guy. It's a foundational year. The foundation is set.
You thought about this moment, starting at quarterback for the USC Trojans, growing up in Southern California. Was it all it was cracked up to be?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just kind of walking around in warm-ups, it felt really surreal. Just to have this opportunity, you know, means the world to me, and I'm happy the way we took advantage of it.
Well, the offense certainly took advantage of their opportunities. I mean, well over 500 yards of offense, and over 250 of them come on the ground. Nice balanced effort. What does that run game production do for you guys moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think it does a tremendous amount. Obviously, they had kind of a unique plan for us, and we felt like we were able to take advantage of it in a positive way. And if they weren't going to, you know, get out of it, we're going to keep running the ball, and I think we did that at a high level.
Miller, you know, once you left the game, we got to see some of your other guys get some reps here tonight. You were always one of the first guys out there congratulating them, talking to them through these opportunities. What does it mean to you to be a leader on this program as QB1 here for the Trojans?
Yeah, I mean, I know how that feels because that's been me, you know, for a couple years. So, I mean, Caleb supported me when I was in there and I was in that role, and I really appreciated that. So if I can just pay that forward, I think that's positive. And I think, you know, just us as a team, we did a good job of continuing to have energy on the sideline, continuing to support each other.
What's the potential of this team feel like to you after two big wins to open this season?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we want to, you know, get ahead of ourselves. Obviously, we have a bye week. It's important for us to, you know, take care of our bodies, focus on recovery. We've obviously got a huge one coming up, so we're excited for that.
Miller, thanks a bunch, man.
Yes,
Congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate it.